Hello everyone, Chocolo Roberto here once yet again. This time we've got a Kinder Bueno bar. Basically it's usually in the old days in the UK you used to just get Kinder eggs really, that was it. But a few years ago, maybe 10 years ago, Kinder started releasing lots of their other things. Kinder Bueno was one of them. I believe, my friend Agent Seska on Twitter has mentioned there is a white chocolate version of this, which I may have had, I'm not sure. But I do intend to find it. But this one is the milk chocolate version. So a bit cheeky, you'll notice automatically says 2 bars. I think that's a bit cheeky. This is 1 bar in here. It's 2 fingers, I think it means. So I think that's a bit of a cheeky way of basically trying to make out that there's more in the, you're getting more for your money, whereas really you're just getting a chocolate bar. There's 2 fingers. Most bars come with, a lot of bars with fingers are in pairs of 2. Well, in a pair, I should say. So basically it's trying to fob you off here, but we can usually see past that. So just for this, it's kind of like a milk chocolate covered crispy wafer with sort of a creamy hazelnut centre. See the milk and hazelnuts there. Now I'm not traditionally a big nut fan, but this one kind of gets around it by not being sort of hard nuts. It's as you say, it's like a cream. So yeah, very nice. So per bar or per finger, really is what I should say. There's 122 calories. So it's 244 calories. And then let's see. Right, this is for the whole thing now. So per finger there's 8 grams of fat, so 16 for both of them. Saturates 3.7 per finger. So what's that? 7.4 for the whole thing. So yeah, so 244 calories, 16 grams of fat, 7.4 of which are saturates. Not too bad. So quite a nice looking packaging. I think it's usual Kinder affair. It's the white and red. I quite like it. Yeah, it's quite nice, really. Yeah. It says on milk and hazelnuts. It's as good as we're going to get, I think. Now I'm a bit worried this has been a bit. I've not done anything to this, and I'm a bit worried it's been a bit crushed somehow. So we'll see. I think that's it's part of the review though, isn't it? Really, whether it stands up to scrutiny. Yeah, I will measure it before I go on. So we've got 16 centimeters here, which is massive. But, if we get quick over that, almost took your eye out. 16 centimeters, so it definitely loses a huge amount from the flourishes. As much as 4 centimeters. I think that's the biggest reduction I've ever seen. But yeah, let's have a look. So 16 centimeters. Oh look, it's a surprise. I've had one of these for a while. I don't remember them coming in individually wrapped like this, but it's quite nice. So bear in mind it was 16 centimeters. Let's see what we've got now. 11. So we've lost 5 centimeters unscientifically, so it might be give or take a few millimeters, but 5 centimeters has been lost, which is massive. It's almost half the bar, really. Yeah, so a bit disappointed there. So I think the packaging, what with this 2 bar shenanigan, and then the fact that it's so much smaller than it should be. Yeah. Anyway, quite nice. So you can see it comes in individually wrapped. It's quite a nice touch. It's a fingered bar, but obviously segmented. It's not in pieces here. Maybe I was hearing the crinkle of the wrapper. So let's give it another open. There's a little tear here. So you can see it. So the little, I don't know what you call them now, the tear thing anyway, so you can presumably pull that. Yeah, there we go. I guess it's quite nice because it keeps your hands from getting chocolatey there. That's quite good. I might keep that going just for because I keep getting chocolatey fingers. Okay, so there we go. Okay. Right, so I've just snapped it a bit off. You can see it's quite a bit of a cavity there. I think that's the hazelnut there, but you can see it's quite a bit of a cavity. It's going to be a difficult one to cut this, I think, because it's quite wafery, so it's going to collapse. I think we can say just from a sidetrack there by that chocolate there. See how thin that is. A little bit that stayed away. I almost thought it was like a bit of caramel that's leaked out, but it's not. So it's a very thin layer of chocolate, it seems. I mean, you can see how thin it is. So that's never seen a layered chocolate so thin before. It's really thin. I mean, I don't think it matters, but that's very thin. It's not like it's been left. You can see where it's came off. Seems to be, as I say, a bit of a cavity under there. You can see the hazelnut there. Hazelnut sort of soft centre on the top there. There's definitely a gap. It's like a sort of wafer here underneath it. Okay, see if I can cut any of it anyway. So I'll see, I'll try. Okay. Alright, so there we go. So there you go. So you can see the hazelnut centre. So the cavity doesn't go all the way down. That was probably just a bit where the bar's segmented. You know, the segment has kind of achieved that. Perhaps, I don't know, but that's what it looks like elsewhere. So it's not penny pinching that much. So you can see a sort of wafer outside, the sort of hazelnut cream in the middle. Obviously, a very thin chocolate coating. Okay, let's give it a try, I guess. I'm going to have a whole segment, why not? Well. Well, it's definitely hazelnut. You can definitely taste the hazelnut taste. Just chocolate finger. Yes. Wow, it's very. I mean, it's a bit like a sort of Ferrero Rocher, but without the sort of bits of nuts. You know, have you ever had a Ferrero Rocher? It's basically a bit like this, really. It has a sort of on the chocolate coating. It has bits of chopped nut, probably hazelnut. Well, it will be hazelnut, I think, and the hazelnut on top, I think, as well. I always sort of leave out the hazelnut, but I do eat the rest of it. Yes, it's very nice. It's very crispy. It's lovely crispy crunch, and the hazelnut cream melts very quickly in your mouth. It's an ice cream as well. It does taste of hazelnut, so if you're not a hazelnut fan, you might not like it, but it's not bitty. There's not bits of nut in there, you know, so not too bad really. It's very nice and very creamy. You can't really taste the chocolate at all, but the wafer is very nice and crispy. I do like that a lot. But yeah, you don't really get much of a taste of chocolate. It's mainly just a taste of hazelnut from the hazelnut cream. So the chocolate's kind of, it's a very thin layer of chocolate anyway. So yes, get that cavity again there. I don't quite get it. You know. I've snapped another segment, but the other half doesn't really have it. So I don't know. Not sure what to make of that. Because when I cut open before, there was no real layer. It was just a full. Just try again. Because what I'm looking at here, you can see there's a wafer layer at the bottom with a bit of hazelnut cream, then another bit of wafer. And what there should be is obviously the cream again, but it must just be towards the edge. I think it's just the way the bar is segmented in the middle. I think it sort of, because there you can see there's just one layer of wafer, hazelnut cream, and sort of wafer on the edge. I think when you get to the other side of the segment, it kind of does that, so you get like a bit of a sort of intermediate layer. I don't know, it seems a bit strange, but yeah, just as you probably don't get as much hazelnut cream as you'd think. But yeah, it seems when it goes to this sort of the partition of the segments, it kind of has a sort of a separate crunchy layer, which I guess is to help split it, I guess. So yes, I think if you're a fan of Nutella, you would love this. I think, because I think it's very much that hazelnut taste. Very nice crispy bits as well. I like the crispy bits. No, I do like it a lot actually. I think it's I think it's a shame that they kind of trick you in. Well, they make it look so big on the outside and it's so small. You're losing, what was it, 4 or 5 centimeters. And then they try and do all this 2-bar nonsense, which is a bit silly. I mean, this, it's not a massive thing, that is it? It's, what was it, 11 centimeters long. So yeah. So it's not really. I think it's a bit of a shame that they do that silly tactics there to try and make it look bigger than it is or whatever. But it's a nice bar. I do like it. Very smooth, creamy taste in the middle. Lovely wafer, and but as I say, the chocolate's kind of non-existent. But if you like Ferrero Rochers, or would prefer Ferrero Rochers that didn't have the nuts in or the nutty texture in, or if you're a big fan of Nutella, as I say, I think this is definitely for you. I'm not a massive fan of nuts. I'm not a massive fan of Ferrero Rocher. Nutella's, nice, but give me sort of a regular chocolate spread without the sort of nutty taste any day for me. So myself, I'm not a massive hazelnut person, so bear that in mind. But I still would give this a good 3.5, 4 out of 5, I think, really, for me. I think there's other bars I'd rather have, but it's definitely a nice bar. I do like it a lot. So yeah, 3.5 out of 5, I think. Right, well, okay guys, hope you enjoyed that review. You know the drill by now, as always. But follow me on Twitter, subscribe and like my videos and things like that. Let me know what you think. Feel free to dislike as well, I really don't mind. It's a free country, or free world, in most places. So yes, so please do get in touch, let me know what you think, and any feedback's appreciated. Okay then guys, take care, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now, see ya.